Hey, Cosmic here. I wanted to start off with a quick video real quick. So I wanted to talk about how disappointed I am with the Black community. Yes, okay, yes. We're going to talk about this. Everything I talk about is going to make you think, so just get over it. You want to post your little nasty comments. You can, you have the right. I'm not going to read them. I'm not going to respond. I'm going to just speak my mind. I want to start with a background story. My name is Jade. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm currently 30, and my wilderness season is over. It's over. Since I got out of high school, I've just been traveling. I lived in Los Angeles, Colorado, in the Rocky Mountains, Texas. I'm currently in Atlanta, Tennessee, and I was just in a wilderness season. I was kept secret by God. He kept me because I was really in a lot of places that I shouldn't have been. Background story to me is I lived in Kansas City all my life. I moved out at 16 because me and my mother wouldn't get along. The whole black, not getting along with your mama, single mother type thing. And I moved in with my grandma and my grandfather who raised me. They were Catholic. They didn't never make me go to Catholic school, thank God, because I didn't get any of the indoctrinations of religion, and that really helped me in my journey, is not being indoctrinated, because I had a really personal, close relationship with God. I always have, because nobody ever told me what God should be and what he, it was never no real, indoctrination of what he is. And I had a very personal connection with God. I was a very tormented child. I was very upset. There was a lot of things that made me upset. I was just an angry child, but nevertheless, I was 100% star athlete. 2008, 2010 state champion of Missouri in long jump and triple jump. I always stayed focused. Like, I don't know if it's because I was always in trouble. I was always, on punishment or whatnot. So I was always reading books because, when you're on punishment, what else are you going to do? I always did puzzles and all the little boring Catholic girl stuff, I guess it was. And I never was indoctrinated by the culture. I never was indoctrinated by society. I just didn't know the social norms. I never knew what it was. And as I got older, I was like, dang, I don't really have many friends. I had a couple of friends, but I never had friends for real because I was always doing sports. And I don't know what conversation me and my grandmother was having, but I was, getting toward a very reckless crowd of, especially men, like black men, a very reckless ghetto crowd of black men. And I wasn't raised in a ghetto. I didn't have a hard life and none of that. And what she said that stuck to me, which started my season of wilderness, was, why do you want to associate yourself with those people? And I was like, those people? I was so offended. I'm like, those people look just like me. And I always took it in my own hands to find out the truth. That was just something that was always inside of me, was to find the truth about life. Because, especially in the black community, I can't speak for any other culture because I don't know. I'm only what I am. In the black community, there's a lot of lies that your parents and your grandparents will tell you. Maybe it's to keep you safe. Maybe it's because they don't want you don't know something. But all in all, there's a lot of secrets in the black community. So, back to what she said, why do I want to associate myself with those people? Well, I was offended because I felt like all black people were my people. Come to find out, I was wrong. This is one things that stuck with me, because there's not a lot of things that they were doing that I was wrong about. Like, they were doing a lot of things that they'd be like, well, you're grown, you understand. And I'm 30 and I still don't understand what they were doing. All the abuse and, just silencing the kids as if we don't have our own life or our own opinion. I still don't agree with that, and I don't do that with my kids. And I try my best not to put my hands on my kids or over assert my authority. And I put it upon myself to go into the ghettos of America. I don't know why I felt like I needed to do this as if I was Jesus, but I started in Third Ward, Texas, and I went to TSU, Texas Southern University. I was the loner there. I was just always the loner. I was just, I don't know, I always stayed to myself, maybe because of my upbringing, and I just couldn't relate a lot to everybody. Everybody has supportive parents, and I didn't. Like, my parents were very irresponsible having me because they didn't support me to do nothing. They just complained because I didn't listen to them, but they weren't people that I felt like I needed to listen to because they weren't. Even up to date. I love them though. Don't get me wrong. I love my parents, but it is what it is. And I got a really abusive relationship with a guy when I went to Houston, Texas. And I'm sorry if I'm distracted because I'm at the lake. I'm at the lake, so people are having fun and stuff like that. And I don't have my babies, so I'm just trying to enjoy the wind that's flowing through here. It feels so great. Thank you, God. But anyways, I met this toxic guy. Everybody's seen he was toxic, and I knew he was toxic, but so was I. And we would trauma bond. And it got worse. We would fight each other. We would hit each other. He's done some really ratchet things to me, like pull my hair out and all kind of crazy stuff. Left me stranded in Tennessee. I mean, he did all of everything. And inside of me, I had that same anger. So I felt like it was a weird exchange of getting this anger out between us. But it was just way too public, and it was just way too crazy. And it wasn't even me. I just never was brought up like that. Me leaving college, I left college because college was a total mess. It was a total mess because I was a star athlete and I had no support from my family. So I was hungry a lot of the time. I had no transportation. I had no clothes. I had nothing. And I was still, kind of dating someone in my hometown. Excuse me. And that person, after I dropped out of college, that person ended up shooting me. So I got shot by a 45 Smith & Wesson in my hand and my foot. And that's when I moved to California just to flee the situation. And fast forward, I moved in with my dad in California. He was being abusive because he was going through someone firing him. So he was really stressed out. And of course, he took it out on me. And I told him, like, drop me off at the train. I'm going to LA. And I met a guy there. And it was just a whole crazy domino effect from there. I'm telling you, crazy. I know I'm a prophet because I've seen so much at a low level, but I was always like the fly on the wall. I was never very, really associated with what was happening. And when I moved to LA, that really opened my eyes to what kind of demons the Black community has. And it's like no other, because I've talked to all different types of races. Like, God told me to talk to people and ask them what's going on in their community. And I know what's going on in the Mexican community, the Jewish community, all the communities. In LA, there's Little Armenia, there's all different types of people. And I'm not scared to try to learn people's culture, to make them feel comfortable with me, to tell me what's going on. So I would, just for some reason, I made a science project out of my life, and I would just get to know people, and I would get to know the thoughts of a Black man, especially that grew up in poverty. And I'm telling you, Black men are so tormented. They're the worst. They're the worst kind. Like, it is crazy what the Black man has done to me. And we as a community says, oh, it's the police. No, it's not the police. And I'm telling you, I am been a victim of police brutality, but still doesn't stand when it comes to what Black men has done to me, putting their hands on me, speaking down on me, treating me like trash, abandoning me, just the whole nine. It all came from black men. Black men really resent black women because of their mothers, because black mothers be doing witchcraft. So it's all a whole cycle of crazy lunacy. I'm not playing. Like, it's too much witchcraft going on. Witchcraft from a mother can look like being domineering, putting your hands on your son, emasculating him, controlling him. I mean, every guy that I dated that was a black man had that very domineering mother that did not like me. She just did not like me. And I was like, what the heck? These people that are supposed to be my family, my people, my community, hate me. What is going on? And it goes back to that thing that saying that my grandmother said, why do you want to associate yourself with those people? And now I see I am not a part of the black community. I am just Jade. I am just me. I'm just me. Yes, I am a African American woman, though I'm an Israelite. I'm not even African. Whatever you want to call me, whatever. I'm Jade. At the end of the day, I'm just Jade. I don't want to put black-owned business. Just support my business because it's good. Not because it's black, like, because these black businesses be crappy as hell, and I'm not going to give you my money because you call yourself black. And I no longer want to fit into the black community because it's trash. It's trash. It's all trash. It's all phony, fake. I don't agree with twerking culture. I don't agree with abusing each other. I don't agree with none of it. I don't agree with none of it. It's nothing to be there. There's nothing in the black community that I agree with. All the cussing, all the silencing your kids, punishing your kids, just the whole not abandoning your baby mother and not making her a wife. You know, like, it's all trash here. So to me, I'm exiting I'm putting black in front of everything because I am just Jade and I love who I am and I love people. I love everybody. Ni hao ma. Like, ni hao ma. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Like, I like everybody. And I think it's just the way it should be. If you're, especially if you're a black woman, you should get out. It's time for the black woman to get out of witchcraft, number one, and get out of the community that does not celebrate you. You going with all these men that don't want to marry you. They family hates you for whatever reason. It's time to get up out of that and just look at people for people. We all can just love each other. When I go out in places like this where there's boats and white people always bring me in on the boat. And give me, hey, you want a beer? You want a water? You want some food? They don't never treat me how black people have treated me during this journey of wilderness. The wilderness, all it was black people just trying to make sure that I did not come out on top, trying to spit on my name, stomp on my heart. I mean, I'm telling you, because I was raised with all cultures of people. Like, my stepmother is white, and all I know is camping and going out to parks and, you know, just going to the lake, whereas black people don't want to get in the water. Can you get over the water thing? Because if you can't swim, you are going to drown. And that's what it looks like in the community. I've moved far away from the hood. I mean, first of all, I never lived in the hood when I was younger, but then, you know, going out into the world, having to start at zero because I didn't have supportive parents. I was subjective to the hood because that's all I could afford. And I've seen some of the scariest things that traumatized me, as far as like the prostitution and the crack and the drug dealing and the weed addictions, drug addictions, domestic violence. I'm telling you, I seen it all, and it was horrific, and I was a part of it. I had my substance abuse days. I had my low days. If I didn't have kids, which I have three babies under 2 years old, and my oldest is 2, and I have twins that are 1. And if it took me 3 babies in 2 years to get my worth, my self-worth, it was not calculating. My self-worth was not calculated because we're not taught in this culture to love ourselves, especially as Black women. We are told that we are worth discarding, and if we want to come back to you, then we will. Oh, excuse me? Baby, you can go to Becky and you can go to Omarosa and you can go to the Mexican girl. You can go. I don't care, because if you gonna just go and treat them like stuff, like shit. I'm sorry to cuss, but you can go with Becky and them to treat them like shit. I'm gonna go where I'm celebrated. I don't care. It could be a Black man. I still love Black men, but all in all, I need a man to protect to protect my femininity. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. It doesn't matter the race. You need to protect the fact that I'm a woman, and don't treat me hard and treat me rough. And then you treat me hard and then you treat me rough, and then you're like, oh, you're masculine. Oh, you look like a man. Oh, you're aggressive because you're treating me like I'm a dude. You have all this resentment from your mother that you're trying to give to me. And Black men really bug me. They bug me at this point, because it's just like, now that Black women are waking up and starting to date outside our race, they're having an issue. And it's just a weird, like, all this toxicity in this community. Like, the culture of the music is trash. I don't care about Stegan the Dalian or Farty B. Like, I don't care about them women. I don't agree with them at all. There's like no good music anymore. It's all trash. And I'm just here to say that I'm really disappointed in the Black community. I'm disappointed in the Black community because, like, we're not doing nothing but complaining. We complaining police brutality, but 9.5% you are being illegal. You are stealing. You are lying. You are breaking the law. You are, because I've been the criminal before. And I tried to blame. I was a part of the old blackity black. I was a part of that until I started waking up and started getting in a relationship with God. I realized that I was dead wrong. I was wrong every time. And the government, the white man, none of that is stopping us anymore. Everything is inside of your mind. It's inside of your mind. It's an illusion at this point. It's a straight up illusion. I just want my people to wake up, because it is lonely out here when I gotta kind of like, hey y'all, to other cultures just to feel like a human being. I wish I could go into a picnic full of Black people and just kick it, but you can't. You can be like, who's she? All this judgy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's lame. It's lame. It's old. I don't care about blackity black. You already rejected me. I mean, I lived everywhere almost except for the East Coast, which was like New York, because I was done by the time I could get to New York and live in New York. I was so over the black that I just decided that I'm not going to New York, because I don't want to know no more about this community of people. I don't want to know no more. It's all depressing. I love y'all, but y'all, look, it's time to grow up. It's time to wake up, get a relationship with God. Get about the carnal, worldly, Babylonian system of poverty, sexual immorality. All of that can go. You're never gonna feel good. You're never gonna get out of depression. You're never gonna get out what your parents did, if you don't wake up to the fact that you're living in a very demonic time. I love y'all so much. But it's time for me to speak my piece about what I've seen. I want to speak about the time I was a stripper. I want to speak about the time that I did all these drugs. I want to talk about the time that I've seen aliens, literal aliens. Like, I'm telling you, this is a trip down here. It's a trip. And here we go. I just got a new car, so I'm about to be traveling with my kids, and I want to document it, and I just want to bring you out into my world. I love y'all so much. Mwah.